Myles Garrett has been one of the most feared pass rushers throughout the NFL in his career, and it doesn't seem like that's changing anytime soon. The Browns really struck gold when they selected him out of Texas A&M with the first pick in 2017. Can you believe 2017? It feels like a long time ago, but not really that long ago. Coming off another massive season in 2023, he ended up playing 16 games, racking up 42 total tackles to go along with 14 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery, and 3 defended passes. The star pass rusher, he sat down with our Evan Washburn.
Well, first of all, Myles, we appreciate your time. We're in that heart of training camp. You got joint practices out here in a little bit with the Vikings. For you specifically, what do you want to get out of these opportunities that, in a lot of ways, feel like they've replaced the preseason for top players?
I think they have, and I think these 2 practices are very important, crucial to our development as far as going against another team, their starters, and we're trying to align and execute, and they're trying to do the same. And we're trying to out-execute them, and so all of us getting on the same page, getting those tough reps against a unit that's very talented in their own right. That's good work for both teams.
I was thinking about it, looking at what you've done over the last 8 years in this league, and look, you've been productive each season, but the last 4, man, it's like Hall of Fame type resume stuff. Do you have anything that you think really has clicked? I'm sure it's not necessarily one thing, but that has you on this type of momentum over the last 4 seasons?
Mostly just consistency, stability, along the organization, coaches that believe in all of us, especially us up front, and giving us the freedom to really play to our strengths, and that's allowed us to really start dominating up front, especially the last 2 years.
And when you are Defensive Player of the Year, reigning at that sort of award position, if you will, what's the focus in the offseason?
Focus is to find a way to improve, whether that's mentally, being a leader, being more vocal, leading by example, and finding a way to push guys to another level, finding something within themselves, and then physically, how can I stay at the peak of my powers with some of the things I'm really good at, but also improve on some of my weaknesses as well.
I always talk to quarterbacks about technique and mechanics in the offseason because it's a craft that requires that kind of attention. Is it the similar situation as a pass rusher? Do you look at specific aspects of how you want to rush, how you want to play the position that you try to enhance or improve?
Absolutely. During the offseason, I mostly work on things that I'm weak at. There's always the explosive work that we have to do, change of direction and then play recognition, but also work on maybe some hand movements that I'm not especially good at, or that I see that someone else is better than me in that position. So looking at them, seeing how I can improve, and trying to get their process and use it to make it my own.
I was listening to you talk about some of the off-season work that you do includes watching film of other that play the position. Whether it's current players or past players, when you look at guys, who impresses you? Who do you appreciate?
Von Miller.
That was quick.
#1.
Why?
There's no bias in it. Us being 2 Texas A&M guys.
There are connections.
But he's, as far as aesthetically pleasing to watch as a rusher, there's no one better than him. He has everything. He's not the biggest guy, not the strongest guy, but he's able to get leverage and get underneath guys, throw them out the way, and he's so good at using his center of gravity, to take advantage of other guys and getting them off of their center of gravity, moving them, shifting them in one direction, jab stepping back inside or spinning back inside, burning the edge, ghost rush. He has a total package. So glad to see him healthy. Want to see what he does this year, but he's probably #1 as far as guys that I watch and try to emulate.
Yeah, we're always struck by that bend, and you have some of that as well. The ability to somehow keep yourself upright while you're almost seems like parallel to the ground. Is that something that can be worked to, or is that more of a gift?
A bit of both. You can continue to work and fine-tune that bend but there's only so much you got genetically, so you can reach that ceiling. Fortunately for myself, I was blessed with a higher ceiling than some others.
Yeah, for sure. As a group, there was some numbers last year and performances that would say the Browns defense was historic, but I know there were areas specific that you wanted to improve and target. Red zone and road performance.
Yep.
How is that accomplished out on the practice field and as you prep for week 1?
Days like this, it's tough, and there's no fans. You have no one on your side. You just have to motivate each other and get the job done. When you're tired and you're going 5, 6, 7 play drives against an opposing offense, you have to be able to bring the best out of each other, and they're not gonna quit. So we have to up the ante even more.
On the other side of the ball, Deshaun is always going to be our primary focus because it's a quarterback. It's a pretty critical position. From what you've seen early in camp, coming off that shoulder, what's impressed you about this year's version of Deshaun?
It's just looking like its old self again. Just confident. Moving around the pocket with just grace and ease, and now just feeling more assured in himself.
Lastly, away from football, basketball, it seems to be a passion of yours.
Yes, sir.
It's pretty easy to get clicks or to get views. Put a shot of Myles Garrett making plays on the court, and people will consume it. So let's try and build out a starting 5 of NBA hoopers, current players. You're going to be on this team, so we need 4 other guys. And we're, as you laid out to me prior to getting going here, the NBA's positionless at this point.
Yep.
So it doesn't have to be position specific.
So let's go Devontae Adams.
Okay.
I'm going to go
Why Devontae?
Jay Jetta.
Yeah, we got to get a little breakdown on each guy's game.
I've seen tape on both of these guys.
Okay.
They're pretty darn good. Devontae's athletic as they come, and he's very coordinated. And Jetta can move as well. But if I don't go with Jetta, I'll probably go with Patrick.
Okay.
Patrick has some handles. Yes.
Mahomes.
Yes.
Okay.
He has court vision.
Yeah.
On and off the field as well.
And Jetta, I just want to make sure I have this correct.
Yep.
Who would that be?
That's the alternate. So Patrick or Jetta.
Okay.
Justin Jefferson.
Oh, okay. All right. There we go.
And then I would go DK and Mike Evans.
Okay, so we've got Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, Patrick Mahomes, DK, and then that's it, right? Because you're going to be the 5th.
DK and Mike. Well, Patrick is,
Wait, so Patrick Mahomes is coming off the bench?
He's coming off the bench. We love Pat.
Pat?
We love Pat.
Don't hold Myles. Hey, man, 6th man is important on any team.
Everybody needs a 6th man.
And we've seen, you got a complete game. I'll say that. But when you are ferocious at the rim, it's pretty scary at times. Is there anybody that would beat you in a dunk contest, do you think?
Beat me in a dunk contest. I think Devontae give me a run for my money. I think DK could as well.
Yeah.
I've seen both of those guys get up. And I just don't think, with a little time and back in the gym, that I'm losing to any of those guys. But I know that they would definitely bring the heat.
Yeah, I think anybody would watch that. So let's try and put that together. DK, Devontae, and Myles in a slam dunk contest.
Yes,
hey, man, always appreciate it. Stay healthy. Good luck. We'll see you down the road.
Thank you very much.
Maybe after the season, a little dunk contest action. I feel like
Don't hurt yourself, though, guys.
Yeah, not allowed. So year 8 in Cleveland for Myles Garrett, 3-time All-Pro, Defensive Player of the Year last season, helping this Cleveland Browns defense just doing their thing. The fewest yards per game allowed. Cleveland Browns, 2023, 270. Just absolutely impressive.